The next difference between residential and commercial mortgages are interest rates. On the commercial side, for conventional mortgages, which again is banks or credit unions typically, interest rates range from between 1.5% to 2.5% above the Government of Canada bond yield. So those rates vary day by day, in fact, even hour by hour. But at any given time, you can get a gauge for what a potential commercial mortgage interest rate would be by looking at the relevant Government of Canada bond yield, which ranges from 1 year all the way up to 10 years plus, and then adding a spread of 1.5% to 2.5% of the loan amount. 1.5% to 2.5% on top of that bond yield. That will give you an estimation or a gauge of what the interest rate would be for that mortgage. Now, the amount of spread you add varies depending on the lender and depending on the risk. The risk profile for a deal may range from, or factors that influence the risk profile of a deal may include factors such as the size of the loan. Smaller loans do command higher spreads, the location of the property. More remote or smaller centers tend to command a higher spread as well. And finally, experience of the borrower also plays a part. Now, that will give you an idea of what a conventional mortgage interest rate would be. When it comes to CMHC mortgages for multifamily, that is generally priced off of a different benchmark called the Canada Mortgage Bond. And the spread that CMHC mortgages command is typically between 0.4% to over 1% over that underlying Canada Mortgage Bond yield. Now, the rates for CMHC mortgages tend to be materially below the interest rates for non-CMHC mortgages, which makes sense because CMHC insures those mortgages, which as a result means that there is less risk to lenders for lending on those loans. And as a result, they don't need to charge as much in terms of interest rates because the risk of default is significantly lowered with that insurance provided by CMHC to lenders. So that should give you an idea of what interest rates look like for conventional mortgages as well as for CMHC mortgages.